the Kansas City Royals. Royals baseball starts right now. Next to bat will be the Cuban import Yoan Moncada. And we are set for baseball here this evening.
Second baseman, Yoan Moncada.
First pitch of the night is taken for ball one, and we are underway from Kansas City. And I believe they'll say he broke the plane, as yes he did. It's ruled a strike. Now the pitch. A high fastball is in there. And we'll see some 40s before things are said and done tonight. Right now 51 degrees at first pitch. And a fastball swung on and missed, and the leadoff man is gone to open up the ball game.
Corey Seager.
First delivery to him on the way. Hit on the ground out to short. Gloved by Drew. Throw just in time, and oh, that was awfully close. Here's Manny Machado now. First chance for him here in the top of the first with nobody on. Into the windup and the pitch. And he lays off there 1-0. Here it comes. That one's going to find the seats. Strike one.
He's clearly looking to hit off the fastball and adjust. That's a pretty good swing after seeing two fastballs now in a row.
Keeping it down here as it's to 1-2. Ready on 1-2. Swung on and missed, and that's the final out of the inning. Here now is the center fielder Lorenzo Cain to get us started in the bottom half of the first.
Center fielder number 6. Lorenzo Cain.
Shot to third and handled for the first out. And next will be the versatile Tyler Naquin.
Tyler Naquin.
And now the second pitch of the inning is popped up over on the left side of the infield. And that'll get down for a base hit. At the plate, Eric Hosmer. Man at first for him following the one-out single.
Eric Hosmer.
First pitch on its way. Ball chopped foul right at home plate, and it's 0-1. The 0-1 on its way. Outside for a ball, 1-1. Runners on first with one down. Swing and a miss as he pulled the string on him. 1-2.
Beautiful changeup. Got him out front with that swing right there. That's what a changeup will do. Just keep you off balance.
Check his swing there, and did he go? No, he did not, says the third base umpire. Ball 2. A swing and a drive to center field. That one's got a chance. Martin ranging back. He's got it. A nice play there. 2 away. Now this is cut and thrown to first, and he will scurry back to first as he'll think twice about trying to move up.
Batting fourth.
Here's the catcher, Salvador Perez. He takes his first cuts in this one with a man at first and 2 away. To short, reined in. Throw in time, and the side is retired. Now at the plate, Cody Bellinger. Coming into this one, he's carrying a rather substantial batting average up in the 330s. There's a knee-high pitch that catches the zone. And Dan, that's a pretty good example of why he's such a great pitcher.
Yeah, stuff. Stuff is obviously the important key to being dominant on the mound, but it doesn't mean a whole lot if you don't have outstanding control to go along with it. But he does, and he really spotted that pitch.
In now is Yasiel Puig. He's got that average up near the 340 mark to start play, so he's liable to have an impact in this one as well. And he gets ahead here with the fastball. Strike one. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the 1-1 delivery. And that one stayed too low, apparently. Gets the sign. Here comes the 2-1. And just never could commit to the swing there, but he went around, and it's even now at 2-2. Now a swing and a miss. He struck him out, and it's 2 up, 2 down to start the second.
Batting sixth.
Into the box now, Kike Hernandez.
Hernandez.
He's ready for his first at-bat of this early season contest. Hit to short. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. The third baseman, Mike Moustakas, now. He'll lead things off against Kenta Maeda.
Third baseman, Mike Moustakas.
First pitch on its way. There's a fastball that just misses. Ball 1. Hit hard towards second, but this will be taken in at second base. Good positioning for the first out.
Batting sixth.
So striding forward now, Aaron. Altair, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. Into the windup and the pitch. And he takes ball 1. Here comes the 1-0. Smoked on the ground up the middle. Moncada has it. Throw in time at first for out number 2. Striding into the box, Alex Gordon. He'll try to make something happen with 2 gone in the bottom of the second. Here's the first pitch to him. Skied in the air to straightaway left. Moving under it, Hernandez. And the inning is over. Standing in, Chris Taylor. 7, 8, 9, bottom of the order set to go here in the third.
Chris
Here
Taylor.
comes the first pitch. Grounded to short. Drew's got it. Throw to first in time, and the leadoff man is gone to start the third.
Batting
That'll bring in Austin Barnes. He's ready for his first at-bat of this early season contest. Sends that one out of play for strike 1. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. And he gets him to swing through that one. He's in control. 0-2.
Watching him on the mound, I'm really impressed with what he's doing right now. He's been really aggressive and confident over the last couple of innings. Yeah, that looked like a strike, but let me tell you, when you're staring at a big 0 in the hit column, getting a call like that to go your way can feel like a big victory.
And he will make the play out there, and there are 2 away now.
Number 12.
Coming to the plate now, Leonis Martin. And he is proving to be something of a non-threat with a bat in his hands this year. The average isn't pretty. Now a swing at a ball popped in the air back behind short. And Drew will make the catch. That retires the side. Whit Merrifield next to hit. He'll get us going in the home half of inning number 3.
Second baseman.
First pitch coming. Here it is. And he's in front of a tight little slider that time.
Well, I'm almost shaking my head up here, Matt. Another pitch right down the middle. Now, early in the game, he's getting away with it. But if he wants to have any length in this game at all, he's going to have to get the ball in the corners.
And he will whip this one over to first in time for the out.
Batting ninth.
Now batting, Stephen Drew. He'll get to take his first cuts here. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Took a wave at one around the shins with no luck.
That's a bad approach right there. Look, you may get that pitch later in the at-bat. If you're going to take a swing first pitch, it's got to be a ball you can drive. And that was not the pitch.
Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Now he lifts a high pop-up, drifting into foul territory on the right side. And there's out number 2. In now is Lorenzo Cain. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Into the windup and the pitch. Swing and a liner. But this is going to get foul. On its way, the 0-1 pitch. Lined hard toward right center. And that finds some outfield grass. It's a base hit. Around second now and headed for third. And he will make it all the way to third now as that mistake proves a costly one indeed. Digging in for his second at bat, Tyler Naquin. He singled his last time up. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Line to the right side. In there, base hit, and that ought to get the run in from third. And he'll get there without a play. It's a stand-up triple. Riding in once again, Eric Hosmer. 0 for 1 here in the early going. From the stretch, here's the pitch. Dribbled to the right side. But that one rolls foul. Starts to go around here, but it doesn't matter. This is strike 2 anyway. Hoping to send him packing. Pitch on its way. And a swing and a miss as he pulled the string on the breaking ball, and the inning is over. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Yohan Moncada. He'll try to get it going here to begin the fourth. First pitch of the at-bat. Fouled back. The windup and the 0-1. And the changeup is way low that time. Hit on the ground toward the left. That's a hit, the first in this game for the Dodgers. Digging in to try it again, Corey Seager. He's 0 for 1 thus far.
Seager.
And now that Royals bullpen will get busy as we see both a southpaw and a right-hander get loose. Now a fastball to start things out. Didn't miss by a lot, but it's 1-0. Here comes the 1-0. Just a bit jumpy that time. Swung on and missed.
Good job of making him chase that pitch down below the strike zone. That's where you want to pitch when you're looking for the double play ball.
Swing and a miss as he pulled the string on him. 1-2. And he makes good contact there, but this is going to find the stands foul down the right field line. And now they've got him in a rundown. Thought about going for second, but instead now they've got him in a pickle. And he is in there. They couldn't get him at second. Oh, and they've got him picked off. Throw won't get him. No runs, just one hit. No errors for the Dodgers thus far. And a pickoff throw to third. And he just manages to get his hand in. And now another toss over to third. Oh, and it throws him, and they got him. Here's another 1-2. And he chased it in the dirt. Perez recovers. And the throw to first is there to record the second out. Ready for another chance? Manny Machado comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. Here it comes. Hard hit at third. Fielded by Moustakas. Oh, and he overshoots his first baseman as it's over his head. And now, oh, this ball's going to wind up out of play. And a big mistake there.
Cody Bellinger.
Cody Bellinger will stand in for the second time as he watches one miss low. It's a ball and no strikes. And that misses low and inside. 2 balls and no strikes.
Boy, this is one of those tricky spots for a pitcher, right? You have an open base, but you have a guy on deck that can do a lot of damage. Not a good spot to be in if you're a pitcher right now.
This is fouled back and out of play into the VIP seats behind home plate. Runner in scoring position at second with 2 down. High in the air out to center field. Kane is under it. Makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. Stepping into the box, Salvador Perez.
Leading off
0
the
for
fourth
1
for the
for him
Royals.
here in this one.
Catcher Salvador Perez.
Into the windup and the pitch. On the ground to third. Machado is there, and he's set down 1 away. So the bases are empty with 1 man gone. And standing in, the left-handed hitting third baseman, Mike Moustakas. Open stance by Moustakas, and now the pitch. A changeup that just catches the bottom of the zone for a strike. The windup and the 0-1. Gets on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. Slapped hard the opposite way. And Moustakas is aboard. It's a base hit. In now, Aaron Altair. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. First offering on its way. And here's a ball hit in the air. And that's in there. Base hit. Now to the plate, Alex Gordon. Flied out in his first at-bat, so making 0 for 1 so far. He's set. Here it comes. On a line to shortstop. Whit Merrifield next to hit. 2 men on, 2 away here in the 4th.
Whit Merrifield.
In the dirt here. No movement on base. It's ball 1. A decent lead at second. Here's the pitch. Line drive to left. And that's in there. Base hit. Moustakas is on his way home. And a good throw will wind up holding that runner at third, so the bases become loaded now with 2 gone.
Shortstop.
Here's the shortstop now, Stephen Drew. One of the bigger spots in the ball game so far. Bases juiced now with 2 away. Started to go around there, but he holds up ball 1. A ball and no strikes. Here it is. This is pulled into right. Oh, and he misses it. 1 run is scored. He'll come home with it. They're going to extend their lead as the runner scores from second. It's a 3-0 game. Digging in and looking for more, Lorenzo Cain. And we'll see what he can do here. 2 on, 2 away, 2 home so far this inning. Swing and a line drive, but foul. Here's the 0-1. That misses wide. 1 ball and 1 strike.
This inning hasn't gone the way he wanted it to, but it's not a total disaster yet. Sometimes pitching is about damage control, so if he can strand these guys out there, that would be pretty huge.
Hit back up the middle. He's got it. Throw to first in time, and the big inning is avoided as the side is retired. Stepping in, Yasiel Puig. He'll start things out as we begin the 5th.
The right fielder, number 66.
First pitch coming. Here it is. Swing and a miss out in front of a changeup.
Well, this offense finds themselves struggling right now, and they're down a few runs. They got to try to manufacture, get somebody on, maybe hit and run, and then you look for the big ball. Looks like right now everybody's swinging for the downs. They got to turn it around a little bit, play a little small ball, get it going.
And this one's chopped foul right at home plate. Here's a ball skied in the air near the line, back behind first. There to pull it in is Hosmer, and there's your first out. Now in the box, Kike Hernandez. He's 0 for 1 thus far. He's ready. Here's the first offering. A fastball, and he swings through it to fall behind.
Well, he got him to chase a fastball right there off the plate. He's such a good hitter. You don't see him chase out of the zone very often. That just tells me the pitcher's got pretty good stuff.
Under it is Kane, and there are 2 away now. Digging in, Chris Taylor comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. The pitch. Swing, line drive. That's going to be trouble. Around first, he's digging for second. And he will pull into second with a 2-out double. That'll bring in Austin Barnes. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. First delivery to him on the way. And no swing, apparently. Ball 1. No runs, 2 hits, no errors for the Dodgers thus far. Checks his swing here, but he does so in time.
Good check swing on that off-speed pitch. Clearly he's sitting fastball, ready to let it fly. He recognized it was an off-speed pitch and was able to hold up.
Naquin's under it, and that's the 3rd out. And next will be the versatile Tyler Naquin. 2 for 2 with a triple on his batting line to this point. Here's the first pitch to him. Swing and a miss way behind the big fastball.
Matt, he's throwing a lot of strikes. Very impressive, right? We just saw swing and miss. But he may be even more effective if every now and then he throws a ball that's out of the zone, because they know he's in the zone. They're being really aggressive. If they have to think a little bit, might not be a strike. It might be good for him.
The first baseman, number
digging
35.
In once again, Eric Hosmer. 3rd trip to the plate for him here tonight. 0 for 2 at this point. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Ball hit high and foul down the left field line. It's strike 1. The windup and the 0-1. Here's a high foul ball as it finds a lucky fan in the upper deck for a souvenir. He's ready. Here's the 0-2 pitch. And here's a ball hit in the air. Machado onto the grass. And that's the 2nd out of the inning. Here's the catcher, Salvador Perez. No hits in 2 trips to the plate for him in the ball game. Here comes the first pitch. And he chased up and out of the zone. A swing and a miss. Ready with the 0-1 pitch. And this ball's heading for the seats down the right side as the count will move to 0-2 now. 2 out, nobody on. Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. Here's Leonys Martin. He's 0 for 1 thus far.
Leading off for the Dodgers, center fielder number 12.
Ready
Leonys
with the first pitch. Here it
Martin.
comes. And he takes a pitch right down the middle.
Oh, that's for sure going to be a pitch he wants back. You're not going to get many balls right in the wheelhouse from a top-level arm like this.
Now a late bunt attempt here, but he misses strike 2. And now the 3rd baseman sneaks into position to cover a potential drag bunt. And this pitch is up and in as he backs away. It's ball 1.
Well, that'll wake everyone up. Anytime you buzz the tower like that, there's reason for people to start getting a little bit edgy.
Swing and a miss as he ran the fastball right by him for the first out. Next to bat will be the Cuban import, Yoan Moncada. He's 1 for 2 in the ball game. And a pitch down that's swung on and sent to second base. Throw gets him, 2 down. Here's Corey Seager. It's been an 0 for 2 effort for him to this point. And a fastball there is inside as that one backed him up a bit. 1-0 pitch on the way. Swing and a little blooper to center. Coming in on it is Kane. He tracks it down, and that will end the inning. Ready for another shot now. Mike Moustakas. He's singled in 2 trips to the plate thus far.
Mike Moustakas.
Into the windup and the pitch. Line towards center field, but this is unfortunately right at him in center field as he takes it in for the first out.
Designated hitter.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Aaron Altair. 1 for 2 on his line so far in the game. Chop foul over towards the coaching box. Now the 0-1. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out, nobody on. Pulls this one in the air out to left. Moving under it, Hernandez. And he makes the catch for the second out. Here's the left fielder, Alex Gordon. 0 for 2 on his line thus far. Here's the first pitch to him. Pitch swung on and hit in the air. Martin on the move. He tracks it down, and that will end the inning. Back here at Kauffman Stadium here in Kansas City. Royals leading this one as we get set to start the 7th. But before we do so, let's take a look at our game summary to this point. Here's Manny Machado now. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout in this one.
Third baseman number 13, Manny Machado.
First pitch of the at-bat. Swing and a miss out in front of a changeup.
Well, Matt, we talk about first pitch strike, right? Look, it's not great what he's been doing, but he's over 60% of the time. First pitch is going to be a strike. That's a nice little nugget to have if you're the starting pitcher.
Ready for another chance. Cody Bellinger. He started out the evening 0 for 2 so far. He's set and the pitch. And that misses for ball 1.
Well, with the leadoff man getting on right there, Matt, they are falling so far behind. They have to capitalize. They have to get some runs to get back in this thing.
Boy, and a Reagan-era fastball that time, mid-80s, but it's called strike 1. 1-1 pitch is a circle change. It hits the target 1-2. And that's going to be high 2-2 now.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Set to deal on 2-2. Swing and a miss on the fastball, and that's the first out. In now is Yasiel Puig. He comes in 0 for 2 thus far. First delivery to him on the way. Good changeup that time, but he wouldn't bite on it. The 1-0 delivery. Ooh, good changeup, just missed inside.
Now with the 2-0 count and the power at the plate, it could be fireworks time. This is the kind of count he makes his money in.
Kane is under it, and he makes the catch for the second out. And he will scurry back to first as he'll think twice about trying to move up. Striding into the box, Kike Hernandez. He's 0 for 2 thus far in this one. He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. And this one gets away. And he'll try to get back now, but it's not going to work. The throw hangs him out to dry, and that'll end the inning. Digging in once again, Whit Merrifield. A hit in 2 tries so far.
second baseman.
Into the windup and the pitch. Swing and a line drive. And this inning starts with a solid base hit. He's through first and hustling for second. And he'll pull into second here with nobody out. Striding in once again, Stephen Drew.
11,
He's 1 for 2 in the ball game.
Stephen Drew.
From the stretch. Chopped down the first baseline, but it's a foul ball, says the first base umpire. Good lead off at second there. Now the pitch. Skied into straightaway right. And that's taken in straightaway right. Will he try from second? And he'll make it up to third safely here with one away. Digging in to try it again, Lorenzo Cain. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. In tight here with the first pitch fastball. That's 1-0. 1-0 pitch on the way. That misses. 2-0.
Runner on third base finds himself down 2-0. Look, there's no reason to give him anything good. Walking sets up the double play.
3-0 now. Here it is on 3-0. Takes a fastball on the inside corner.
Pretty adamant about working him inside right now. Back-to-back fastballs, and that one was able to find the zone.
And a fastball misses there. Ball 4.
Now batting, right fielder, Tyler Naquin.
A bullet to first base. Ready once again, Eric Hosmer. No hits in 3 tries so far. He's struck out once. Line drive to center field. Base hit, and that'll get a run in. So striding forward now, Salvador Perez. 2 outs and 2 runners aboard here in the 7th inning. Getting a few steps off a second there. Now the pitch. Turned on that one and crushed it. Just pulled it a little foul. Hoping to limit the damage. Here's the pitch. A swing and a drive sent out toward the gap. This one clears the party porch just shy of the fountains. They don't hit him out there. That's a long home run.
Number 8, Mike Moustakas.
Into the windup and the pitch. Lifted in the air to center field. Martin is after it. And that ends the inning. Stepping up to the plate, Kike Hernandez. Third trip to the plate for him here tonight. 0 for 2 at this point. On to the 8th now as the first pitch is a fastball that's looked at for ball 1. First 2 pitches off the mark here. It's 2-0. 2-0 pitch on the way. A swing and a shot hit down the corner. Nearly a big fly to start the inning. Instead, a foul ball. Ready to deal. Here's the 2-1. Now a swing and a routine ground ball for Drew at shortstop. Throw on to first in time, so the leadoff man is set down to open up inning number 8.
The batter, number
Digging
3.
in and looking for more, Chris Taylor. He doubled earlier in the game, 1 for 2 to this point. Swing and a miss, and he's behind 0-1.
He may have to get his eyes checked on that one, because if he's looking for a fastball, man, he had no chance of catching up to that. He better check his eyes. He was really late.
Played on the backhand. Throw on to first, 2 gone. At the plate, Austin Barnes. No hits in 2 trips to the plate for him in the ball game. Now here's the pitch. Taken the other way, but this should be routine out there in right field. Naquin is there, and he'll put it away to retire the side. Coming to the plate now, Aaron Altair. He'll see what he can do leading off the home 8.
Designated hitter, Aaron
and the pitch.
Altair.
Swinging on the first pitch as this is popped high in the air over toward the right side of the infield. And there's out number 1. Stepping into the box, Alex Gordon. It was a flyout for him in his last trip. Swing, and he pops him up over toward foul territory. Barnes has a play. He hauls it in without any trouble, and there are 2 away. Whit Merrifield next to hit. 2 for 3 with a double on his line so far.
Merrifield.
Here's a blooper out toward left center. In there, a base hit. And a dive out there in left center, but he can't come up with it. In now, Stephen Drew. He flew out in his last at-bat.
Stephen Drew.
Liner towards second. And 8 innings have come and gone now as the inning is over. Here's Leonis Martin. 0 for 2 on his line thus far.
Center fielder number 12, Leonis.
Ready to deliver.
Martin.
Here's the first pitch. 9th inning underway now as the first pitch is taken for a called strike. A windup and the 0-1. Tries to drop one down here, but he misses. Strike 2.
I think a big reason why he's been so effective in this one, that he's been just about getting ahead of every hitter. Seems like every one of them are 0-2, 1-2, and it's just about every at-bat. And when that's the case, your chances of getting a good pitch to hit are way worse.
Left side. And the throw is not going to be in time as he's able to reach base safely. Now to the plate, Corey Seager. No hits in 3 tries so far. He's struck out once. He's running towards second. Pitch misses low. The throw down. And it's far too late as he steals second with ease. A decent lead at second. Here's the pitch. And he fires in a strike this time to make it 1 ball and 1 strike. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Pitch is a called strike. The throw. Ready to deliver the 1-2. And this is going to find the crowd down the left field line. Count holds at 1-2.
Well, I think he's trying to get that 2-strike fastball out of the zone. Just caught too much of the plate right there. Fortunately, he fouled it off instead of putting it in the seats.
So he ran the fastball by him for the punch out. Corey Seager is retired, and now they're down to their final out in this one. Manny Machado checks his swing here on the first pitch, and it's 1-0. The 1-0 delivery. Went about halfway there, but it's a called strike regardless. Off-speed pitch in the dirt as he takes it for a ball. Lifted in the air out to right. And that is going to put an end to this one. And the Royals get a complete game shutout from their starter as this ball game is over. Well, we've talked about his dominance all throughout the game, and he ended up finishing what he started. A complete game shutout. He's our top player of the game. Just off I-70 on the east side of town, a look at Kauffman Stadium in Kansas City. It's the home opener of this new season between the American League's Houston Astros and the Kansas City Royals. It's Royals baseball coming up next. Here's the second baseman, Jose Altuve. He'll get us started in this one under
Leading
the
off tonight
lights.
for Houston. Second baseman, Jose Altuve.
And now look out as Ed runs in and gets him, and a very interesting start to this one. Harold Reynolds, we look at the Royals as they enter play here tonight. Coming feeling good as they're 2-0 to start the new year.
Well, Matt, I really like their pitching staff, but I think the key to this game is clearly falls on their shoulders. They throw off-speed pitches for strikes, and they mix the pitch as well. I think if they do that, they got a chance to win.
Here comes the 1-0. Takes a fastball on the inside corner.
1-1.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. And that'll get on through into right field for a base hit. And they'll put the brakes on at third. Runners at the corners with nobody out.
Batting third.
Here's George Springer hitting just a bit
4.
over the Mendoza line on the year.
Springer.
Has a look, now the pitch. And he'll take strike one on the fastball, registering at 93 that time. The 0-1 on its way. There's a swing and a missile sent out to center field. Kane going back at the track. A leap, and he's got it. Impressive play for the first out. Stepping into the box, Carlos Correa. One in, one out, and one on here in the inning. First pitch of the at-bat. No contact on the sinker there, and he's behind 0-1.
It looks like he just swung right over that sinker right there. What is so hard about a sinker, you have to almost go underneath it and scoop it. If you got one of those swings that goes over the top, you're never going to hit him.
Boy, that's a good pitch right there. The old school guys would call that a little bit of chin music up and in. See if he can get him to move off the box a little bit.
Batting fifth, right fielder, Josh Reddick.
Josh Reddick is in with two away here as this one swung on and missed for the first strike. Reddick waiting, and now the pitch. And that pitch catches the inside corner. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 0-2 pitch. And here's a ball hit in the air. And that's going to fall. A base hit. They're going to extend their lead as the runner scores from second. It's a 2-0 ball game. Standing in, Yulieski Gurriel trying to keep things going now with a runner at first following the RBI single. Cue shot here out towards short. On to second for the force out, and the side is retired. Whit Merrifield next to hit. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
Second baseman, Whit Merrifield.
And that changeup makes him jump. A swing and a miss.
One strike.
A windup and the 0-1. Hit on the ground to third. Gonzalez is there. Throw to first is in time for the first out. Digging in, Lorenzo Cain. He'll get to take his first cuts here. Into the windup and the pitch. On the ground up the middle. In time to first, and there are two away. The first baseman Eric Hosmer is in. First cuts for him here with the bases open and two away. Here comes the first pitch. Thought he had the inside corner that time, but it missed for ball one. Keuchel's ready. Here it comes on 1-0. Slider stayed too low. Ball two.
Now that's a slider that's pretty easy to recognize. Started on the outside, you know it's going to continue to run off the plate. But one that's difficult is that one that starts in at you and still breaks over the plate.
2 balls and a strike. Here it is. Line to the right side. That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit. Here's the catcher, Salvador Perez. He takes his first cuts in this one with a man at first and 2 away. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. And a fastball just below the knees, ball 1. From the stretch. This ball will be chopped foul. Here it comes on 1-1. A cold strike on the inside corner. And Dan, that's a pretty good example of why he's such a great pitcher.
Yeah, stuff. Stuff is obviously the important key to being dominant on the mound.
And we'll have to leave it there as the play is made here to end the inning. Striding into the box, Evan Gattis. He'll lead it off here to begin the second.
Evan Gattis.
Swing, line drive. That's going to be trouble. Gattis will turn and head for second. And a very quick start to the inning here. It's a first pitch double. Here's Jake Marisnick. He's ready for his first at-bat of this early season contest.
Marisnick.
And he throws the fastball by him here. 0-1. For Gattis, that's double number 3 so far on the year.
0-2.
Got him to go after that one, and he's in a quick hold. 0-2. Here it comes. 0-2. And there's one well above the zone for a ball.
0-2 pitch, not even close to the zone, and a fastball might be an indication that he's going to start using some of his secondary pitches.
Fastball swung on and missed for the first out.
The designated hitter, Carlos Beltran.
First offering on its way. Hit hard on the ground to second, and that's through into center field. Base hit. Now a long throw home. And the runner from second will stay put at third, so they're runners at the corners now with one away.
Baseman number 27.
Digging in to try it again, Jose Altuve. No official at bat for him, but he has scored a run in this one. And this is going to get down for extra bases, as that'll get one, if not both of them, home. And the runner from third crosses the plate. Striding in once again, Marwin Gonzalez. He singled and scored in his first appearance in this one. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Swing and a miss out in front of a changeup.
Well, that's a true indicator he's looking for a fastball in. He wanted to spin the wind right there and knock one as far as he could. He got the off-speed pitch inside, and he pulled off of it.
Skied into straightaway right. Altair is in pursuit. Makes the catch, but the runner from third breaks for home. In to score, the runner from third. Ready for another chance? George Springer.
Number 4.
He hit a sac fly earlier.
Springer.
Here comes the first pitch. Hit down the third baseline. And past Moustakas down the line. It's a fair ball. And the runner from third crosses the plate. Now a 5-0 lead. Here's Carlos Correa now. 0 for 1 here in the early going.
Carlos Correa.
First pitch coming. Here it is. And he tries to hold back on the swing, but I think it would have been ruled a strike anyway. It's 0-1. Has a look. Now the pitch. Breaks his bat as this one's popped up, and he'll avoid the fragments out there to make the catch that ends the inning. The third baseman, Mike Moustakas, now. He'll begin things here against Dallas Keuchel.
Third baseman.
Open stance by Moustakas, and now the pitch. And this one's not close. It's in the dirt for ball 1. Here's the pitch. Good tailing action there. It's 1-1. Off speed pitch in the dirt as he takes it for a ball. And the pitch on 2-1. Takes a look at a slider that catches the inside corner. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. He didn't even come close to contact on a ball way out of the zone. One out. At the plate, Aaron Altair, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. Sends that one out of play for strike one. The windup and the 0-1. And a pitch in the dirt as he lays off. It's 1-1. Here it comes. 1-2 now. One out, nobody on. Just a bit low. Tough call, but it's 2-2.
I think if he executes that pitch on the corner instead of off of it, he probably gets some pretty weak contact, if anything. He jammed him pretty hard on the previous pitch, so my bet was he was going to try to cheat on the inside part, thinking it might be coming again.
Batting seventh.
Now at the plate, number 38. And he's ready to
38.
take his first cuts. Into the windup and the pitch. Chop foul over towards the coaching box. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Driven down the left field line. Will it stay fair? It will. Just to the right of the chalk. A fair ball. He'll get it into second. And now he'll get into scoring position with two away. Here's Mike Napoli now. A great opportunity for him here in a run-scoring spot now following the two-out double. Keuchel pauses. Here's the first pitch. Now a check swing, but he holds up in time. Ball one. 1-0 count. Here it is. High in the air out to center field. Springer has a read on it. And the inning is over. Into the box, Josh Reddick. He'll lead things off as they look to perhaps build on an already sizable lead.
Reddick.
Lifted in the air to center field. Kane is under it. One away.
Now
stepping in and ready for another shot. Yulieski Gurriel. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. First delivery to him on the way. Sent on the ground out to second. And that is through into center field for a one-out single. Evan Gattis now standing in. He scored a run after stroking a double in his first at-bat. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. A swing and a miss at a ball down. 0-1 count and the pitch. And a check swing. Did he go around? No, says the first base umpire. It's ball one. 1-2.
Look, Matt, this guy's got a great sinker. Here's the key. He's got a runner on first base. This is where you can get that ground ball double play. Make him chase that hard sinker and hit it into the dirt and turn one over for you.
All even at 2-2. Here it is. Never tempted to swing at that ball down low. It's ball three. Sent in the air out to straightaway center. Kane is under it. 2 down. And he will scurry back to first as he'll think twice about trying to move up.
Now
Digging in for his second at-bat, Jake Marisnick. 0 for 1 here in the early going. From the stretch. Took a wave at one around the shins with no luck. Has a look, now the pitch. High in the air out towards shallow right. Altair is under it, and that ends the inning. Here's Alcides Escobar, the shortstop. And his guys have quite a hill to climb. Down 5-zip here in the early going.
Alcides Escobar.
Swing, and he pops him up over toward foul territory. And this is going to wind up a foul ball. And he misses with it. 1-1. Swung on and lifted in the air to left center. Therefore, it is Springer, and he's got it for the first out. Now batting, Whit Merrifield. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. And a strike called at the knees. 0-1. And a pitch in the dirt as he lays off. It's 1-1. Pitch on the way. Stung into the gap in right center for what should be extra bases. He's around first, heading for two. And this is going to rattle up against the out-of-town scoreboard now. The relay, and he's in there at third with a one-out triple. In now is Lorenzo Cain. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. Reaches down and hits this one on the ground to short. Correa comes up with it. Throw to first is in time, but meanwhile the runner is in to score. Stepping in, Eric Hosmer. He'll try and start things over now with the bases empty and 2 away following the RBI ground ball. A swing and a drive sent out toward the gap. But that'll hit off the wall in left center. Hosmer around first on his way to second now. And he's 2 for 2 as he's in there with a double. Here's the catcher, Salvador Perez. So far 0 for 1 with a flyout. A decent lead at second. Here's the pitch. Right through it here, and he's behind 0-1. For Hosmer, that's his first double on the year. And a ball popped foul to the right side, out of play. Change up, and he ain't buying it. 1-2.
Well, that's a smart miss there. Sometimes guys will chase it down there.
And we'll have to leave it there as this is strike 3, and that will retire the side. Here's Carlos Beltran. He'll try to get it going here to begin the fourth.
The designated hitter, Carlos
Here it comes.
Beltran.
Chopped weakly to the right, but it gets foul. The windup and the 0-1. As anticipated, here's a ground ball now to the right side. Throw to first in time, 1 gone here in the fourth. Here's the second baseman, Jose Altuve, hoping to build off that RBI double from his last plate appearance. Third baseman in tight, protecting the bunt, the first pitch. And he bangs it into center field for a base hit. Digging in once again, Marwin Gonzalez earned himself an RBI with a sac fly his last time at the plate. And now that Royals bullpen will get busy as we see both a southpaw and a right-hander get loose. And that misses for ball 1.
He's certainly giving up plenty of hits in this one, but the funny thing is he hasn't walked anyone yet. That tells me he's throwing strikes, but he's just not throwing enough quality strikes.
And that gets down and ought to be good for extra bases. Altuve rounds third and is digging for the plate. In to score is the runner from first. Ready for another shot now. George Springer singled homer run in his last time up.
Springer.
Here comes the first pitch. And he jumps at a changeup, a swing and a miss. Here's the 0-1. And now a curveball as he's got to lean out of the way. That one nearly got him.
Well, giving up hits is one thing, but judging by that last pitch, he doesn't have any consistency with his release point right now. He doesn't know where it's going, and he knows it. We're starting to see a lot more balls from him now, and that's a direct result of him getting hit around pretty good. He's trying to do something different, and it's resulting in him not attacking the strike zone anymore.
Matt, I like the last 2 pitches. Changeup and then a fastball, and he's late with the swing on the fastball right there. You got him in between right now, and that's an advantage to the pitcher.
Here's one that misses inside, and the count's run full now. 3-2. Swing and a miss. Looked like the knuckle curve there, and that's out number 2. Here's Carlos Correa now. It's been an 0 for 2 effort for him to this point. Good lead off a second there. Now the pitch. There's a strike at the knees. 0-1. The 0-1. A wave and a miss. A tick behind a good fastball.
Now that low 90s fastball, it won't overpower a lot of guys. But if it's mixed in well, it's a real effective pitch.
Getting a few steps off a second there. Now the pitch. A swing and a miss on a ball way outside the strike zone, and the inning is over. In now, Mike Moustakas. He's 0 for 1 thus far.
For the Royals, third baseman,
Infield in
8.
the overshift here. Now the pitch. And this one's nowhere close as that bounces to the plate for ball 1.
Tell you what, having a big lead early, sometimes that's not always the best thing. But I think what you got to do is still focus on one at bat, one pitch at a time, and not allow a big inning coming at you.
Now a swing and a ball chopped foul right at home plate. Boy, he just threw that fastball by him. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Not surprisingly here, this is on the ground to the right side. And a rather easy first out. Stepping up now, Aaron Altair comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. Now the pitch. And they'll start him with a fastball that misses down and away for a ball. 1-0. Seared down the first baseline, but a foul ball. 1-1. A 1-1 count. Here's the pitch, and that slider's almost in the dirt. Into the windup. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss way behind the big fastball. And he held up in time, but it's strike 3 called, and there are 2 down.
Now batting.
So stepping in, number 38. 1 for 1 as he reached base with a double his first time up. Check swing, but he held up in time. Ball 1. 1 run, 4 hits, and no errors so far for the Royals. There's a cut fastball that time that runs in a bit too tight, and it's 2-0 now.
Boy, you don't see that very often out of a rookie. That's a 2-0 count, and both of those pitches were really close. This guy has a pretty good eye.
Looks at a fastball inside, so he's in the driver's seat. 3-1.
Well, he falls behind 3-1 right now, but man, he is really throwing the ball well. He's been attacking them all game.
And a full count now. 3-2. Swing and a miss, and that ends the inning. Stepping up to the plate, Josh Reddick.
Leading off for the
1 for
Astros.
2 on his line so
Right
far in
fielder,
the game.
Josh
First
Reddick.
delivery to him on the way. Changes up on him, but that's in the dirt for a ball. Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. Sent on the ground out to second. Merrifield brings it in. And the 5th inning will start with a ground out, 1 away. Ready once again, Yulieski Gurriel. He's 1 for 2 in the ball game. Into the windup and the pitch. And he gets him to pop it up on the right side of the infield. Catch made there by Hosmer, and there are 2 gone now.
Up next for
Evan
the Astros.
Gattis now standing in.
Catcher.
1 for 2 with a
Evan
double on his line
Gattis.
thus far. First pitch coming. Here it is. Swing and a miss, but he's right on here. 1 strike.
Matt, he's throwing a lot of strikes. Very impressive, right? We just saw a swing and miss. But he may be even more effective if every now and then he throws a ball that's out of the zone. Because they know he's in the zone. They're being really aggressive. If they have to think a little bit, it might not be a strike. It might be good for him.
1-2. Here it comes. Tried to hold up there. Appeal down to first, and no swing. It's ball 2. Ready on 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here it comes. Got him. Ready now, Mike Napoli. 0 for 1 for him here in this one.
For the Royals. Designated hitter.
First pitch
Mike
of the at-bat on its
Napoli.
way. And that's a base hit. So a little first pitch swinging there as he's on to kick off the inning. The throw into second. And the Royals are going to get a man into scoring position right away on the leadoff double.
The shortstop. Number
Here's
2.
Alcides Escobar, the
Alcides
shortstop.
Escobar.
He's 0 for 1 thus far. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Popped in the air back behind short. Correa is under it, and he's got it for the first out. Now in the box, Whit Merrifield.
number 15,
1 for 2 with
second
a triple
baseman,
so far in this
Whit
one.
Merrifield.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. On the ground to the right side. And they will not get him at first as he's able to leg out the throw. Striding in, Lorenzo Cain. 0 for 2 with a run batted in for him thus far. From the stretch, here's the pitch. A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1-0.
Look, this is a big half inning. Look, they're down a little bit right now, but if they get something going, it's still early in the game. This is a huge inning and a huge at-bat.
Catch made in center. Here comes the runner from third. And the run is in to score from third. First baseman Eric Hosmer is in. He doubled earlier and carries a 2 for 2 line into this appearance. Hit out towards second. Altuve fields it cleanly. Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired. Here's Jake Marisnick. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout in this one.
Left fielder, Jake Marisnick.
First pitch on its way. Curveball, and that misses in the dirt for ball 1. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Even at a ball and a strike. Here's the pitch. A wave and a miss, a tick behind a good fastball. Looking to punch him out again. The pitch. And here's a ball lifted back toward the stands in right, so we'll try it again at 1-2. They really bunch him up on that one as he swings and misses for the first out. Digging in once again, Carlos Beltran. He's singled in 2 trips to the plate thus far. Good downward action there, and it's 0-1.
That's exactly what you don't want to do first pitch. If you're going to swing first pitch, you want to drive it. You can't take an ugly, bad swing on the first pitch when you know what you're looking for. They got to be more patient because you're going to get more pitches.
Here's a swing and a high pop-up. Drifting toward the third base dugout, and no one will get this one. Set to deal on a ball and 2 strikes. And did he go around? No, he did not. Ball 2. Here's the pitch on 2-2. Chopped foul wide of first.
Well, he got a piece of that breaking ball right there. That's the second one he's seen in a row now, and he fouled that one off. Let's see if he comes back with a third one. 3 in a row.
Hit down the line at first. And a step on first for the out. 3 unassisted. Digging in and looking for more, Jose Altuve. He doubled earlier and carries a 2 for 2 line into this appearance. Swing and a liner. Foul. The windup and the 0-1. That gets down and the inning continues. So the 2-out base hit and the top of the inning is still alive. Striding in once again, Marwin Gonzalez. He'll try to follow up the double in his last at-bat with another big hit right here. In the dirt. And a nice job keeping it close. It's ball 1. The 1-0 delivery. A fastball that just misses inside.
Matt, this is where that guy on first base is distracting the pitcher. I guarantee you he's down 2-0. He's not focused on the hitter. This is where you get hurt. I love it when a guy on first can run.
Yeah, it looked like he was going to cruise through this inning, but now a hit and a 3-0 count have changed that. Got to get back in the strike zone right here.
Center fielder,
here's George Springer. A hit in 2 tries so far. Joaquin Soria will come on in relief as he'll make his second appearance of the season so far.
Joaquin Soria.
Action in that KC pen now as a right-hander's begun to loosen up. First pitch hacking here, and that's the first strike.
When you're facing this good a hitter, man, that strike one becomes so important to get ahead with him and make him think about something else. Now you can control the at bat.
Outside for a ball, 1-1. The set and the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss way behind the big fastball. Good lead there at second. Here's the pitch. The 1-2 offering looked like a slider that time, but it's 2-2. Looking to wiggle out of this. Here it is. Slapped hard the opposite way. And this is down for extra bases, and with 2 out, this might get them both home. The runner scores from second, and on the play, the runner moves into scoring position now at second. Digging in to try it again, Carlos Correa. No hits in 3 tries so far. He struck out once. Swung on and missed that time. It's 0-1.
They've done a real nice job keeping this guy into wraps in this one. No hits for him so far, and what stands out to me is they're going right after him. They're not pitching him like they're afraid he's going to do any damage.
So back-to-back sliders for strikes. Does he come back with yet another?
Normally not a good pitching plan to throw this
in the dirt and blocked behind the plate. Good job to corral this quickly as the runners hold on. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Kane is under it. And that's the 3rd out. Striding into the box, Salvador Perez. He'll try and do what he can to work toward cutting into this big deficit.
Salvador Perez.
Good swing, just got to try and straighten that one out.
That was a good pitch to hit. He wants that one back. He was just a little bit late on it.
Hit hard to short. Correa scoops it up. And he's retired here, 1 away. Third baseman Mike Moustakas now. He comes in 0 for 2 thus far. Open stance by Moustakas, and now the pitch. Here's a slider that's inside, 1-0. He's ready. Here's the 1-0. And a changeup here, but that's taken low in the dirt for a ball.
Wow, not a great spot to be in right now. 2-0 to a great hitter like this. This is when you really have to pay attention as a pitcher. And if you have good off-speed stuff, this might be the time to start mixing in your off-speed stuff.
That's in there, 3-1. Into his motion. Here comes the 3-1. And a slider on the inside for strike 1.
You know, when a guy starts to get tired, you often see their breaking stuff start to flatten out, but that's not the case here. Still has really nice finish on that slider, as we just saw.
Got him to go down swinging there. Mike Moustakas becomes out number 2 this inning. Hit to third, right to Gonzalez. Throw to first in plenty of time, and the side is retired. Back here at Kauffman Stadium here in Kansas City. It's on to the 7th now with the Astros on top in this one. And as the final warm-up tosses are thrown, let's get a look at our game summary through 6 innings. Ready for another shot now, Josh Reddick. He'll lead it off here as we begin inning number 7.
Josh Reddick.
Matt Strom is out from the bullpen now as he'll make his first appearance here on the season.
Matt Strom.
The Royals get some action in the bullpen going now as a left-hander starts to throw. And that one's in on the hands to start the inning. It's ball 1. Now here's the pitch. Well, should be 2-0, but he goes way out of the zone to go after that one, and it's even 1-1.
Now that's what a slider's supposed to look like. Great execution. Starts off the plate and makes him reach.
And he'll take it to the bag himself for the out. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Yulieski Gurriel. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. And this one's tapped foul at home plate. The windup and the 0-1. This is line to left, and that's in for his second hit of the afternoon. Ready once again, Evan Gattis. He was sat down on strikes in his last at-bat. First pitch of the at-bat. A high fastball is in there. Here's the 0-1 pitch. There's a well-hit ball out to right center field. Gurriel rounds the corner and is headed home. In to score is the runner from first. It's an 8-2 game. Here's Jake Marisnick. 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts for him to this point in the ball game.
Marisnick.
He's set and the pitch. Swung on and missed. Outclassed by that fastball for a strike. 0-1. Here it comes. There's a high foul ball as it finds a lucky fan in the upper deck for a souvenir. Got him. And that's the third time we've written a K next to his name in this one.
The batter, number 15.
Digging in the switch hitter, Carlos Beltran. He's working on a 1 for 3 thus far. Started to go around, but it's ruled strike one anyway. A decent lead at second. Here's the pitch. And here's his swing and a miss as the count goes to 0-2 on Beltran. Got him swinging, and that will end the inning.
It's time for the traditional 7th inning stretch.
Ready for another chance? Number 38. 1 for 2 with a double on the ledger so far. Here's the first pitch to him. Pitch swung on and hit in the air. Therefore, it is Springer, and he's got it for the first out. At the plate, Mike Napoli. He doubled earlier in the game, 1 for 2 to this point. Into the windup and the pitch. And a slider just about gets away from him there as it runs in a bit too close for comfort. Back up the middle. Altuve has it. Throw on to first, gets him from shallow right, and there's out number 2.
The shortstop, number 2.
Here's Alcides Escobar, the shortstop. Third trip to the plate for him here tonight. 0 for 2 at this point. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Marisnick is going to have room out there as he puts this away to retire the side. Stepping into the box, Jose Altuve. He's got 3 hits, including a double to this point.
Jose
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. A fastball, and he swings through it to fall behind.
That ball's way out of the zone. He's got to set the side slower. You're looking fastball. I like that, but make him get the ball down. They'll never catch up to it up there.
Tried to hold up there. Appeal down to first, and no swing. It's ball 2. Just off the inside part of the plate. It's 3-1. Into his motion. Here comes the 3-1. Lofted in the air out toward right center. Altair on the move. He gets to it and makes the catch for the first out. Here's Marwin Gonzalez now. He doubled earlier and carries a 2-for-2 line into this appearance. Oh, had him chopping at that one. It's 0-1. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Off-speed pitch in the dirt as he takes it for a ball. 8 runs on 13 hits. No errors in the ballgame for the Astros to this point. Now a ball swung on and heading for the stands in right, and that'll move the count to 1-2 now. And this is swung on and missed. 2 are quickly retired to start inning number 8. Here's George Springer. 2 for 3 with a double on his line so far. First pitch is a curveball that's inside. 1-0. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. Check swing. No swing, says the home plate umpire. Ball 2. On the windup, the 2-0 pitch. Look out. All over the place now. 3-0.
Now with the bases empty, I think he needs to be careful not to just groove one here just because it's 3-0. He's a guy that could ambush you and lose one over the wall.
Man, he's got a good fastball. He showed it off right there. He blew it right fine.
The batter.
Here's Carlos Correa now. 0 for 4 with a strikeout thus far. Chris Withrow enters now in a mop-up role as he'll try to keep the deficit right where it is.
Chris Withrow.
Here's the first pitch to him. Now a swing and a ball popped high in the air over toward foul ground. And he'll get under it to put it away in foul territory, and that ends the inning. Stepping up to the plate, Whit Merrifield. 2 for 3 for him so far, including a triple.
Baseman, Whit Merrifield.
And now the first pitch of the inning is sent in the air out to straightaway center. And that'll get down for a base hit.
Around second now, and this ball still hasn't been fielded.
And he will make it all the way to third now, as that mistake proves a costly one indeed. So coming to the plate, Lorenzo Cain. Now some action out in the Houston bullpen, as it appears both a lefty and a right-hander are up to throw. Hit the other way out toward right field. Reddick has a read on it. He makes the catch. Here comes the runner from third. A tag, and he's out at the plate. A double play. At the plate, Eric Hosmer. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. First delivery to him on the way. Way in front of a great slider that time.
Guys, I've been really impressed with him tonight. I mean, he's carving these guys up with all of his pitches.
Now a flare out to left center. Here comes Marisnick. He can't get there, so the inning will continue. Digging in, Salvador Perez. No hits in 3 tries so far. He's struck out once. Keuchel pauses. Here's the first pitch. And he jumps at a changeup, a swing and a miss. The 0-1. And he pulled up in time, but it's a called strike 2. Trying to send him packing for the second time. Hit on the ground to short. Reined in. Over to Altuve for the force, and that'll be that. Now at the plate, Josh Reddick. He'll try and lead things off here in inning number 9.
Right fielder.
Reddick waiting, and now the pitch. Smoke toward the hole. He lays out, but he can't make the play, and it's through into right. Striding in, Yulieski Gurriel. On the night, he's 2 for 4 with a pair of singles. First offering on its way. Fastball, and he has to bend out of the way of that one.
Not sure if that was a purpose pitch or not, but I liked it. As a pitcher, sometimes you've got to be willing to back the guy off the plate by running something hard inside. You can't just let guys be comfortable standing in the batter's box against him.
Altair is there, and he'll bring this one in.
Now batting,
Evan Gattis now standing in. 2 doubles for him to this point in the game. Here's the first pitch to him. Skied in the air to straightaway left. Left fielder is on the move. Makes the play, and there are 2 gone now. And he will scurry back to first, as he'll think twice about trying to move up. So digging in now, Jake Marisnick. A hat trick already to his credit in this one, so he's looking to avoid the dreaded golden sombrero here. And that's inside for a ball, 1-0. Swing and a miss at the bender, and it's even at 1-1.
That is a filthy combination. High 90s with the fastball, and then that nasty curveball. It's almost unhittable, almost unfair to the hitter.
A swing and a miss there, 2-2.
He's going to need to shorten up and get that foot down a little bit earlier if he hopes to be catching up to that fastball.
This one misses, and that'll fill the count here, 3-2 with 2 away. Lifted in the air out towards left center. Left fielder is on the move, and that retires the side. Coming to the plate now, Mike Moustakas. He'll be the one to get us going here in the bottom of inning number 9.
Third baseman.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. Swing and a miss just behind a lively fastball. Open stance by Moustakas, and now the pitch. Takes a look down at the knees for a strike.
He's still looking really solid here in the 9th, and I'm sure that big lead has helped him pitch free and easy, but to me, it still looks like he's approaching it like it's a close game.
Wow, that's a tough pitch to lay off right there. You're down 0-2. You're in protect mode. You want to chase that ball. Nice layoff.
And they'll have no play as he reaches first base safely. Stepping in, Aaron Altair. No hits in 3 tries so far. He's struck out once. He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Now he gets the ground ball to first. This might be 2. 1 there on to first, but not in time as he beats it out. Into the box, number 38. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Couldn't quite hold back that time as the changeup fooled him for strike 1. From the belt, the pitch. Here's a late swing and a miss, strike 2. Has a look, now the pitch. This one's down to third. And that's through for a hit. In now, Mike Napoli. He's working on a 1 for 3 thus far.
Napoli.
A fastball off the plate away. It's ball 1. This is skied into the air to straightaway center. Springer has a read on it. And he makes the catch for the second out. Digging in, Alcides Escobar. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. Getting a few steps off a second there. Now the pitch. Started to go around there, but he holds up ball 1. He's ready. Here's the 1-0. Line towards center field. That's in there. Base hit. Altair is on his way home. And the run is in to score from second. That makes it an 8-3 ball game. Trying to pick things up where he left off. Whit Merrifield. 3 hits, including a pair of triples on his line thus far. Hoping to limit the damage. Here's the pitch. Lays off 1-0. 2 down, runners at first and second. Runs outside, so it goes to 2-0 now.
Well, I know the last thing he wants to do is load the bases right here, so the pressure is on right now to get back in the strike zone.
And that'll just sneak past his outstretched arm, a base hit. And a good throw will wind up holding that runner at third, so the bases become loaded now with 2 gone. In now Lorenzo Cain. He was a double play victim last time around. James Russell takes over on the mound now as he'll try to get the final out of the ball game here and pick up a save. Swung on and missed. It's 0-1. Bases are loaded here. 2 down. Ball 1. Now a ball swung on and heading for the stands in right, and that'll move the count to 1-2 now. Now a swing and a fly ball, and this should do it. Reddick is there to make the catch, and with that, the ball game is over. Every game has its offensive stars, and in this one, he arguably shined the brightest. He's our top player of the game.
And he was locked in at the plate up there. You could really see it in his approach. And the swing